Thank you so much, Mike, for joining me on the podcast. Maybe you can just introduce yourself, your name, where you work, and a fun fact.
I appreciate it, David. So yeah, Mike Dal Santo here. Very happy to be here. Of course, I'm your colleague, right, at Stevens. So we've been working together, I guess, since February, right? So I'm even newer than you at Stevens, right? But so I serve as a director for enrollment management systems. And yeah, like I said, been there since February, so still new, still acclimating, but actually reacclimating, because I did, spend, I guess, from 2010 through 2017, so an 8-year run at Stevens before. So I've got some history. Took a little gap, and now I'm back. So definitely happy to be back and excited to be working with you.
Very excited to work with you as well.
I shared this when we met with our president back in February. Is that, again, even before that first stint at Stevens, when I was, I guess I was 10 years old at the time, there was this place called Blockbuster Video that we all remember, and in our neighborhood, again, not the smallest or biggest neighborhood, but a semi-large competition of, this was Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Okay, we got to get the system right. Combination of NBA Jam and Judge Dredd, so a citywide video game competition. I was, able to win a pretty dominant victory in this competition at Blockbuster Victory. I remember the leaderboard. These are actual vivid memories that I have of kind of going in every week and just seeing the gap get a little bigger and bigger. So yeah, I would say back in the day I could game a little bit. I haven't touched a video game system in about 10 years or more. My kids are getting of the age now where they're going to start playing video games, so we'll see if I still have it.
No, I think you will properly take them to school when they start back up. Yeah. And what's a piece of advice or a tip that you'd give your younger self?
Yeah, no, and I think that's just a thought that I think is so helpful, because, again, I'll share, but you give advice to your younger self, but then you can actually apply it to your current self, right? So I think that as I was thinking about that, again, just from looking back, say 10 years to my prior Stevens self, right? If we go back that far, something that comes to mind is just to really, I guess, embrace this idea of kind of continuous improvement, and you can think of that to, on a personal level, right? Just to improve yourself, right? Whether that's, day to day, just kind of, a little better every day, whether that's your fitness, how you attack the day, how you plan, how you organize. Again, obviously could apply to your work life, right? Okay, so I'm imagining an example in Slate. If you're taking on a new project or a new part of the system you're not familiar with, it's okay, don't feel like you have to learn it all in a day. You don't have to work a miracle. It's all right, kind of continuously improving your skills, right? So it's all right, building on a skill set. One thing I appreciate about Slate and being back working, in the ecosystem is that there's tools available, there's a community available, right? So whether that's a knowledge base or forums or meeting up with staff here at the summit, you can really develop skills. You can probably do things you never thought you were capable of or knew you would even have to consider doing. So I feel just the advice is to kind of have the long view and just try to keep improving. It can apply to yourself, your skills at work, but even your projects at work, right? So it's all right, I've built this, great, I'm done, right? Well, maybe not. You could you could kind of keep after, take feedback, right? Get some advice from some folks who maybe, again, during your build, take feedback then, take it early, take it often. And then, right, don't close the feedback loop. I mean, again, keep it open, whether it's the users or how often you're going to get review and feedback. So I felt thinking about that, it's all right, that's, again, advice that would apply 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but even today. So I feel all right, let me apply that now.
Yeah, and I think that's such great advice for the community to hear as well, because we can get a little stuck in the day-to-day sometimes, that we're not thinking about continuous improvement and development, and just having that mind space to do that's a big ask sometimes. So yeah, it's an important thing to focus on. And if anybody wanted to reach out to you, contact you about this or other things, where's the best place?
Yeah, so I'm a little old school. I'd say probably just the work email. I mean, I have some social media, but I think probably just MDALSANT stevens.edu. Yeah, so that's work email. They're otherwise in the Slate community. I'm starting to become more active as I'm reacclimating. But yeah, I think the work email is a great place to start.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. It's been wonderful to work with you in the last few months, and also thank you for doing the podcast. I hope you have a great rest of Summit.
Hey, I appreciate you, David. Thanks so much. It was great talking to you too.